Namaste, you are listening to Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. I am your host, Vani. In the previous episode, Rasheel wanted to free herself from the impurity of her life with Zed. Today, you will hear about Rasheel's journey of emotional purification. Even after 6 hours of service at the Gurudwara and burning her old clothes, Rasheel is restless. She feels that her purity has been shattered forever. To escape this bitter truth, Rasheel goes to a gynecologist and insists that the doctor perform douching, an old, risky procedure that she believes is the only way to be free from her impurity. But the biggest turning point comes when Rasheel reaches Nachiketan school in search of a job. The interviews there have been cancelled, but Alka ma'am observes her closely. Rasheel lies, saying her bag was stolen, but when Alka ma'am's eyes peer into her soul like an X-ray, Rasheel breaks down and tells the whole truth. I have come here running away and hiding from him. You will hear how Alka ma'am, showing daughter-like affection, offers Rasheel a job, not as a teacher, but as a public relations officer, pro, in her industry. Is Alka ma'am this way with all girls? Or does her generous kindness toward Rasheel point toward a deeper secret? Curiosity, trust, and a new life, in Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. You will hear Episode 15, The Sense of Impurity and Alka ma'am's Miraculous Favor. Rasheel had not been able to go to the Gurudwara for over a year. Today, finally having the fortune to reach there, she first picked up a broom. She collected the waste. Then, on the pretext of throwing it away, she went behind the Gurudwara. She took the carry bag with her. In a secluded spot, she lit a match and set fire to the waste and the bag. She watched with patience and satisfaction until it was completely reduced to ashes. Afterward, Rasheel bathed in the Gurudwara's washroom. Then, with a happy heart, she listened to the Gurbani. She served in the kitchen, served food in the langa, and after eating herself, she washed the utensils. In this way, Rasheel offered 6 hours of continuous service. During this time, Manpreet also saw her serving. She smiled and said, Sat Shri Akal. Now, in this unfamiliar city, Rasheel had found a familiar Sikh girl in the form of Manpreet. Returning from the Gurudwara in such a calm and happy state, a question suddenly emerged in her mind. Can the mere burning of clothes wash away her impurity? The realization of this bitter truth made her restless. What seems to be the problem? The doctor asked, looking at Rasheel closely. Doctor, I lived for over a year as the wife of a wicked man who deceived me. I have escaped him now, but the thought that he enjoyed my body and that I am now impure gives me immense pain, Rasheel said sadly. This is a psychological issue. It would be best if you visited a good psychiatrist. I cannot help you with this problem, the doctor advised, expressing her inability. Doctor, I want you to perform douching for me. It will give me some peace, Rasheel said with her head bowed. The next day, Rasheel reached Nachiketan school. There was no sign of interviews. She was told to meet Alka Bhatia.
Today's interview was supposed to happen, but it has been cancelled. However, since you have come all this way, I can interview you now, Alka Bhatia said, observing her intently.
Ma'am, actually, my bag was stolen. Because of that, I don't have my documents, Rasheel said, unable to hide the lie on her face.
Why have you come so far from Jalandhar, right here, for a job? Alka ma'am asked another difficult question.
Rasheel felt as if the rays from Alka ma'am's eyes were peering into her mind like X-rays. For the first time, Rasheel felt she couldn't hide her truth. Ma'am, the man I ran away from home to marry is not a good man. I have come here running away and hiding from him. For my survival and the protection of my self-respect, I need a job immediately, Rasheel said, her eyes becoming moist.
If that is the case, then thank your luck that you have reached the right person. I will not let you be disappointed. I want to give you a job according to your interest in writing, Alka ma'am said warmly. Actually, I have an industry of my own. I want you to work there as a public relations officer, pro. It will be easy for you to work while maintaining your hobby of writing. Now, do not worry at all. I will see how I can pull you out of these difficulties. Wait outside for a while. Come with me first. Have a meal at my house. Then, come to my industry with me to take charge of your work, she said, hugging Rasheel. I will stand behind you through these difficulties as if you were my own daughter.
Gemini's critique and creative guidance. Dear listeners, this concludes episode 15. This episode beautifully depicts the end of Rishiel's struggles and the beginning of her new life under Alka Ma'am's protection. Rishiel's question, "Ma'am, are you like this with all girls or have you been extra kind to me for some reason?" leaves the mystery of Alka's character untouched. Episode 15 ends. Episode 16. Namaste, you are listening to Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. I am your host, Vani. In the previous episode, Rishiel underwent douching to reclaim her inner purity. Today, the story of Rishiel's past reaches a satisfying conclusion as she reveals the biggest secrets of her journey. You will hear how the jeweller's changing behavior was no coincidence, but a well-orchestrated plan by Alka Ma'am. Rishiel reveals that Ma'am had seen her throwing away her burqa at the station and her driver had followed her. But the biggest revelation, Alka Ma'am secretly went to Jalandhar to meet Rishiel's parents and assured them, "I am looking after your daughter as my own." Truly, Ma'am is like a fairy from the tales. Rishiel makes a fatalistic remark, "You and I would never have even met if I hadn't paid such a heavy price." Today you will hear about mine and Rishiel's emotional farewell, as we slept clinging to each other like sisters, and then Rishiel left for America. But were Rishiel's intimate connections true or false? Her lack of calls fills my heart with doubt. And this very doubt brings me back to Alka Ma'am's super king-size bed. Now Rishiel is gone, and Ma'am has started talking about Rishiel to me for the first time. I feel that the tangled links of the chain of my life are about to be unraveled. Secrets, loneliness, and a new revelation in Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. You will hear Episode 16, Purification of the Past and Ma'am's detective-like benevolence. From the next day, using the prescribed washes, sprays, and powders, Rishiel devoted herself to her internal hygiene. This routine continued for over a month. Gradually, she began to feel that she had erased the stench of that man from her body. She felt a sense of satisfaction. To a certain extent, she had reclaimed her purity. Indeed, for Rishiel, the feeling of purity was more mental than physical. And now, she was beginning to feel it. Rishiel fell silent after telling her story. Scene change. To me, it felt like the happy ending of a serial. I feel that every girl who has lost her way deserves to find an Alka Bhatia. Rishiel controlled her emotions for a moment and wiped her moist eyes. "I'll go make some almond milk. Then I'll tell you a few more things," Rishiel said, standing up. I followed her into the kitchen. She patiently prepared the almond milk. We returned to the bed with our glasses of milk. "Now you know, Ma'am did exactly as she promised. She kept me close. And now, I'm not just her daughter, I'm becoming her daughter-in-law. She has arranged my marriage with her nephew. I am lucky. I was born into a family where, as the only daughter of my generation, everyone showered me with love. Then my misfortune took over. I was trapped by a wicked man. For over a year, I was forced to suffer hell. Then I found Ma'am. My luck began to rise again, and today I am preparing to enter a new world." Vani, it wasn't a coincidence. When I arrived here and went to sell my bangles, the jeweler didn't just take them and send me to Nachiketan school the next day on a whim, Rishiel revealed. "What is the reality?" I asked, eager to know. "When I ran away to get here, Ma'am saw me throwing my burqa into a dustbin at the platform waiting room. Coincidentally, she was there. She was going to take the same train. When Ma'am got off here, she put the driver who came to pick her up on my trail, while she drove herself home. The driver was the one reporting back to her about me. It was Ma'am who called the jeweler and told him to help me." This sounds like the plot of a Bollywood movie, I thought. Reality can indeed be cinematic sometimes. Not only that, Ma'am recognized me the moment she saw me. She knew I was the girl who had rejected her American nephew's marriage proposal before. She had seen my photo. She remembered me because I was that strange and foolish girl who had the audacity to turn down such a great match. Rachel laughed at her own past foolishness. Listen to one more interesting thing. After giving me shelter, ma'am went to Jalandhar once without giving me a hint. There, she met my parents secretly. She told them everything I had been through. She assured them, I am looking after your daughter as if she were my own. Ma'am promised them she would set everything right. We got up to brush our teeth. Returning from the washroom, we slept clinging to each other like sisters, as if we might never meet again in this lifetime. Then Rachel left for America. I have doubted whether the intimate bond she shared with me was true or false. I see her active on social media, but I haven't received a call. I don't have her American number, and I haven't asked Alka ma'am out of hesitation. Scene change. I am back on the reality of the present. I see a lifetime like a chain made of links. New links are formed with time and joined to the previous ones. I am lying with Alka ma'am on the super king size bed. Now, in Rachel's absence, she has started talking about Rachel to me for the first time. I feel that the missing links in the events Rachel told me earlier are about to be found and joined. Gemini's critique and creative guidance. Dear listeners, this concludes episode 16. This episode uncovers all the missing links of Rachel's story, providing it with a happy ending while placing Vani right in front of Alka ma'am's mystery. The visual of the chain of life and the realization that the missing links are about to be revealed sets the stage perfectly for the next episode's deep dialogue. Episode 16 ends. Episode 17. Namaste, you are listening to Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. I am your host, Vani. Tonight, as I lie in bed with Alka ma'am, mysteries are unfolding before me one by one. Ma'am has begun telling the story of Rachel's past, the very story that contains the missing links of the chain of my life. You will hear how Alka ma'am, while returning from Bengal, sees a woman in a burqa at the train station running into the toilet. And when she comes out, a beautiful young woman is throwing that black burqa into the dustbin. Ma'am immediately recalls that this young woman is none other than Rachel, the girl who had rejected the marriage proposal of her nephew, Parag. But this was not just a coincidence. Listen to how Alka ma'am worked like a detective. She kept an eye on Rachel during the train journey. She put her driver, Vasanta, on Rachel's trail. She called Sudhir Patni, the jeweler, to give instructions regarding the Aadhaar card copy and money management. And finally, as the patron of Vanita Hostel, she ensured a safe residence for Rachel. This story told by ma'am is nothing short of a high-profile thriller. Was Alka ma'am's benevolence just to fulfill a family connection? Or did she bring Rachel close under a larger plan involving her nephew? The biggest revelation of Alka ma'am's extraordinary capability in Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. You will hear Episode 17, Mysteries Unraveling in the Glow of the Night Bulb, from the burqa to the bonding. In the faint light of the night bulb spreading across the bedroom, before my half-open eyes, the things Alka ma'am is saying have started emerging as sequential scenes, like a film on the screen of my mind. A few years ago, Alka Bhatia went to a city in Bengal to finalize a large deal for her acrylic industries products. Although her marketing department usually handles such tasks, ma'am decided to do it herself. Actually, one of ma'am's relatives lives in that city, and a family celebration was taking place. Ma'am had received an invitation to attend. Thinking that 2 tasks could be completed in one trip, Alka ma'am's schedule was set. Since the city was far, she didn't find it appropriate to go by car, and there was no direct air connectivity. Therefore, she had to travel by train. Scene change. After attending the ceremony and finalizing the deal, she is sitting in the high-class waiting room, waiting for her train. Suddenly, her gaze falls upon a woman wearing a burqa. That woman entered the waiting room almost running. There, she looked around with eyes visible through the burqa and went straight into the toilet. Alka Bhatia is thinking, this woman doesn't look like someone traveling in the air-conditioned class. How did the attendant allow her into this waiting room? While she is pondering over this, the porter comes and tells her,
Madam G, the bell has rung for your train's arrival on the platform.
Fine, you take this luggage, Alka said, rising from her chair. The porter lifted her suitcase on his head and hung the bag on his shoulder. As she is walking out of the waiting room behind him, she sees a beautiful young woman coming out of the toilet. That woman seemed familiar to her. To her surprise, the young woman threw the black garment in her hand into the dustbin. It didn't take long for Alka ma'am to understand, this is the same young woman who had entered as a woman in a burqa. A question arose in Alka ma'am's mind, why did this beautiful girl throw her black cloth, which is her burqa, into the dustbin? Walking behind the porter, Alka ma'am kept her gaze fixed on this mysterious beauty. She is becoming suspicious. If this girl is not Muslim, then why did she come hidden in a burqa and is now wandering without it? Has she committed some big crime? She also feels that she has seen this girl somewhere before. She is trying to remember where. Walking ahead, the girl boarded a general class women's coach. Alka ma'am's air-conditioned coach is one carriage away. After sitting on her seat, it dawned on Alka ma'am, this girl must be Harbhajan's daughter from Jalandhar. Her father had recommended her for marriage to his grandson living in America. Later, the girl had rejected this excellent proposal. This incident had been unpleasant for their entire family. She even remembered the girl's name, Rashil. As soon as she remembered this, she started looking through her mobile gallery. She has some photos of Rashil from the time of Parag's marriage proposal. Meanwhile, the train started leaving the platform. With a little effort, she found Rashil's photos. Seeing them, she became certain, this young woman is definitely Rashil. This realization left her stunned. She got entangled in several questions. Why is Rashil in such a disheveled state? Why is she wandering so far from Jalandhar? Why was she forced to come in a burqa and travel in general class? She felt like going to talk to Rashil right away, to help her get a berth in her air-conditioned coach. But then she stopped herself from being hasty. Throughout the journey, the thought of Rashil kept running through her mind. When she saw Rashil exiting at her own city's station, she followed her. When Rashil was fixing a rickshaw, ma'am instructed her driver, Vasanta, who had come to pick her up, Vasanta, follow this girl and call me to tell me where she goes and what she does. Vasanta started following Rashil. Alka hasn't even reached home driving her car when she sees a call from Vasanta. She is wearing earbuds. On taking the call, Vasanta says,
Madam Ji, the girl got off the rickshaw and went into Patni Jewellers.
Alka said, fine, what is she doing there? Can you see?
Vasanta replied, from what is visible through the glass door, it looks like she took something out of her purse and gave it to the Seth Ji.
Fine, now wait a bit away from the shop. Tell me where she goes after leaving. Do not stop following her until I tell you, she instructed Vasanta. Then she searched for Sudhir Patni in her contacts and called him. Sudhir, this is Alka Bhatia speaking.
Yes, Didi, Pranam, tell me your command, Sudhir greeted.
Just answer in yes or no for now. Tell me, has the girl standing in front of you come to sell some jewelry? Alka asked.
Sudhir was surprised how ma'am could see this, yet he replied, yes.
Look, I think this girl is a distant relative and she needs money urgently. Help her in any way possible. And yes, make sure to get a copy of her Aadhaar card on some pretext. Call me after she leaves, Alka ma'am told Sudhir.
Didi, as you said, I have given that girl 10,000 rupees against the pledge of the bangles. I have also taken a copy of her Aadhaar card, Sudhir informed her.
The name on the Aadhaar card is Rashil, right? Alka ma'am wanted to confirm her suspicion.
Yes, Didi, that is the name. She was asking for a safe place to stay. I have given her the address of Vanita Hostel, Sudhir said.
Sudhir, you have done both things very commendably. It is not safe for a girl to stay in an unfamiliar city with so much cash. Thank you, Alka ma'am praised him with a smile. Ma'am then immediately called the number of Vanita Hostel. I am Alka Bhatia speaking. Is this Manpreet? Namaste Manpreet, a girl is reaching you now. Her name is Rashil. Allocate her a good single bedroom after completing the necessary formalities. Call me once it's done, ma'am directed. Alka ma'am is actually the patron of Vanita Hostel. A little while later, Vasanta's call came again.
Madam Ji, that girl has just entered the gates of Vanita Hostel.
Fine, Vasanta. Now take a rickshaw and come to the bungalow. Ma'am had achieved what she wanted. Gemini's critique and creative guidance. Dear listeners, this concludes episode 17. In this episode, before Vani's half-open eyes, the past of Alka ma'am and the mystery of Rishi's story are completely unraveled. Alka's strategic detective skills, her network of influence, and her deep compassion establish her character as the fairy Vani imagined. However, the reason for her own solitude remains the final missing link. Episode 17 ends.